Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with my new video and back with my chart haul video for October 2K24. And yeah, it's been a while, like 3 weeks or so. Not many promos coming in. As I told you, one of the promo agencies that sent me stuff also for my website Erzählt to review has kind of stopped working with physical sound carriers, which is a shame. And therefore not much came in to unbox, and I had a lot of things to do. Been working a lot in the nightlife venue I work at, and been working on other things, and I've been going out a bit, so I'm going to tell you about that. Last weekend I've been to the slot club for the first time, very spontaneously, because someone told me about that venue for a reason and asked me some things, and I had a look at their Instagram and saw that X in the Mix was playing, which was a surprise to me. So X in the Mix is a female producer who has been involved in the free techno, tribe technical scene for a lot, has been involved in Spiral Tribe, runs her own label Audio Tricks, and has been kind of my first introduction to tribe techno and stuff in the late 90s, because I remember buying her Skate Cat EP in 98 or 99 kind of, which has a very funny, sampled, abused version of A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles in it, which is very fun because I hate the Beatles, but putting that in a tribe techno context was a kind of wake up moment for me, well, not really an epiphany, but kind of. So I decided to go and see her play live, and which was very interesting. We talked a bit. I gave her the Alien Swamp record I did with Donna Maya a while ago on my label Free Breaks Forward. I'm gonna link a video to the introduction to that record in the end card, of course. And yeah, I had a blast with her set. The DJ before that was kind of meh, because a lot of DJs these days play track oriented, and she did well, 2 tracks breakbeat or new school breaks, then 1 garage track, then 1 speed garage track, then 1 techno track, then 1 electro thing. So very confusing track selection, not a really steady flow, and a story told musically. So I wasn't having that a lot, but the X in the Mix set live was very captivating kind of, and I've been dancing quite a bit. And on Friday, 2 days ago, I went to see Front 242, which played at the Markthalle, the venue I work at, and they had their final shows going on, because after 40 years on stage, they well, stopped touring kind of, and did the last farewell show, and really enjoyed that. Very interestingly, I posted Tragedy for You on my Instagram, a link to that down in the description box, of course, and they played that track, of course, and some other tracks. Was missing out on Funk Gaddafi actually, because they didn't play that. I expected that kind of, but I met a lot of nice folks and stuff. And yesterday, when Front 242 were playing again, the second show, I worked at the venue and stuff. And funnily, that's why I'm wearing that shirt. For some of the crew members who worked there, they had tour shirts, so I got some free merch from Front 242, which I never expected, but here we go. Front 242. Love the show and stuff, but now let's go into the chart haul for this month. The first one on the show came to me as a kind of promo, kind of surprisingly. So this is London Oil Exploit Divisions on the Northern Electronics label, catalog number 104. Pretty print on here. Very interesting stuff. I really enjoyed that, which is kind of a mixture of, I would say, glacial ambient and cold electronics, electronica, a little bit of rhythm industrial involved, but not really harsh, but more the industrial electronics kind. Reminds me of an era in the late 90s, kind of early 2000s, when I was playing a lot of stuff like that on the radio. It's been the second, I guess, London Oil album on the label. I guess the last one was about 8 years ago. So interesting stuff. I haven't listened to a lot of Northern Electronic stuff ever. I saw them popping up in the record store kind of, but didn't pay much attention because all the stuff I was listening or checking out from them earlier wasn't really my kind of my cup of tea, so I ignored them kind of. But now this record came in as a free goodie, not, as I said, not really as a promo to review, but sometimes records find me, and I really enjoyed that, and I have definitely to check out more, like Anthony, what's its name, Anthony Linnell stuff he produced otherwise as London Oil or on under other aliases. So the label is from Sweden, really enjoyed that. Northern Electronics, and like a pretty cover as well. The next one I gotta look up title-wise because I never can remember. So this is Howie Lee at the Drolma Weseling Monastery on the Meizum label from France, I guess the label is. Hope you can see this right with the glare. Very pretty cover here. And this is one kind of unique album which either will mark a new start in for a new genre in bass music, or will like kind of vanish into obscurity, as I've been writing about that on my website nightstyles.de. Here's a little bit of a hype sticker on there, and of course a link to my website is also in the doobly-doos down there. And what this is very unique. We got a lyric sheet as well, but you cannot read this, I guess, until you are like able to read Chinese properly. So here's the A side, or the one side of the art print in here, and here is some lyrics. And what this is unique, kind of. So it's influenced by bass music, kind of like footwork, experimental bass stuff, a little bit of dubstep, but not really, more on the like hectic footwork side. And that is paired up with like Chinese classical music and like Buddhist chants, Buddhist monks chanting along in their like prayers and services and stuff. So a mixture that sounds very obscure, but on the other hand is very exciting. I don't have any idea where or when to play this, and at this point in time I don't have enough footwork records to like put together a set. I'm gonna change that hopefully, but this is a very unique thing which yeah, is for the advanced listener, I guess. Howie Lee at the Drolma Weseling Monastery on the Meizum label. Super interesting. They are like, the chants are mantras of like, as it says here, mantra of Vaja Amur, mantra of Buddha Ashobhya, mantra of Buddha Amatiyas, whatever. So it is kind of like, yeah, ritual music, bass music, dance music, very unique, very interesting. And yeah, as I said, either one to like give a new push into bass music or into global bass, or something that will like because of its lack of like contemporary albums that go into a similar direction, might vanish into obscurity. But we'll see. I really enjoy that. And this one I won't even try to pronounce, because this is Welsh and I don't speak any of that, and I don't have any idea how to pronounce Welsh or Gaelic or whatever they speak there. So this is an album on the Night School label. Catalog number is LSSN096, which is like lesson. And the first line over there is both the album title and the group's title. It translates to apparently the sadness of women, and is one of the most captivating things I've heard in a while. So this could be described as Welsh ritual folk with an edge of goth and industrial, all sung in Welsh. And one of the participants, basically the female in the middle here, is also involved in a noisecore band that is called Guttersnipe, which I've seen playing live in Hamburg at the MS Stubnitz a while ago by chance. So really interesting, enchanted, yeah, ritual, mythical music. Here is an inlay as well. We got lyrics on the flip side, and they're all in English and in Welsh, so there is a translation. Yeah, this is kind of ritual music. Ritual folk is basically the thing, or the draw I would put it into, and if you're like goth as well, this is like something for you. Really enchanted music, very interesting. Have been listening to this quite a lot, and which is even more interesting, this is like selling like hell, even though that is their like first album, and I think they have put out like 2 demo tracks somewhere and played 10 shows, but created a kind of hype around them, and there has been like a greenish day glow or night glow version of that album as well, which was sold out on BANDCAMP. It sold out quickly in the distribution. It was sold out like on the day of release, I guess, or before that, so I don't know how to pronounce this, Tristwich, Fennywood or whatever. If you're Welsh, correct me if I'm wrong. So, but this is an excellent album, and this is highly recommended, and this is one of my top finds, and probably one of a candidate of the album of the year, maybe. And the last one is on a totally different tip. This is Hellfish, Guns, Jesus, Trucks, and Spider-Man. And it looks like that. On the like Mighty Death Chant Records, which is a hardcore techno gabba breakcore label I hold in high regards. Excellent cover as well. And this is probably the most tongue-in-cheek album I've heard from Hellfish. I have a few records of his, like, or maybe more, so my Death Chant section might be like that thick, like 15, 20 records. And this is, I guess, a mixture of like hardcore techno, breakcore, and pop kind of. So we got things on here like Sushi Rolling, which is a mixture of like kind of country, trap, and hardcore techno, which I could easily imagine to be played on the radio with that kind of like country rap, country trap lyrics, and this kind of like catchy vibe, but also this heavy hardcore bass drums and stuff. We got stuff like We Eat Dogs, which is like also funny sample loading, and like well, you eat fish, you are sick, but we eat dogs, and dogs are good food and stuff. And one track is like 220 fuck yous, which is basically a collage of like fuck you, motherfucker, whatever, 220 times, different times, like taken from film and stuff, and some samples from the Rubber Duck, like old trucker movies from back in the day, and it comes in a 2 vinyl edition kind of. One is like basically bloody red. One side, and this is probably because of Sushi Rolling, the opening track, the favorite one of mine. And the second record is bluish, or like really blue, so interesting pressing as well. And I saw this at the record store, and usually I don't buy that much over there anymore, but well, yeah, couldn't resist, like listen to this online because it was still sealed. And well, I had to have that because this is like an epic thing, and also a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. So there is this kind of breakcore party in London, I guess, where they have like 5 floors of once a year, I guess, of like the most sick and annoying and like over-the-top breakcore cheesiness going on. And I always tend to forget the name, but this would be a record to play there. So if you like hard music, hard electronic music, and some tongue-in-cheek sample things, this is one for you. So not to be taken very seriously, but for like Sushi Rolling, it's worth like shelling out 40 euros or 40 bucks wherever you see this. So even if you're not really a gabba hardcore head or whatever, this is definitely one to check out because this is funny as fuck. And these are 4 records I really liked over the past weeks, and also the next one to come maybe in a few weeks as well. So my chart is done for this month, and all the other things, informations and stuff, down there in the description box a link to the Alien Swamp record, kind of like put together thing from a few years ago will be popping up in the end card, and you know, the other stuff, BANDCAMP somewhere up there, and leave me a comment and like, you know the score. I'm out, Bass Junkie, into another job, kind of, or into another thing to do. See you later.